Hey guys. Okay, everyone's camera just fucking froze.
Oh.
Okay, good. It should be good. Should be good. What is happening? Literally, what the fuck is happening? Okay, cool. Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
And welcome to today's stream of Unnatural Rockers. Yeah, cue Critical Role music or whatever.
Critical copyright infringement.
Today is another Monday. This time there is no Sharn. There's something else. Some kind of a
Dream.
dream.
Yeah.
Take it away, David.
So yeah, Dreams of the Brave. Thanks for stopping in. It's our first session of it, so we'll see how it goes. To anyone who follows the Candle Breakers hashtag, it's in the same world, but it's a different continent. So it's a bit different, but kind of expect similar types of things. And yeah, so I guess background on what's going on. This world suffered a series of apocalyptic wars that ended about 3,000 years ago, with the near extinction of dwarves and elves. It's pretty well recovered. They're back. They're getting close to their technological advancement that was at the time, but there's a lot of kind of leftovers from the old wars. There's a lot of dangers, a lot of magical after effects that are just a part of the world now. These tend to kind of be classified as they're different catastrophe zones, areas where magic doesn't behave the way it should and impacts environment and life in pretty devastating ways at times. This particular one was caused by the death of the dwarven god, the Dream Spinner, and it has left an area roughly the size of California where dreams and nightmares and fears can become real. So the name of the game for survival is how do you sleep safely? And they are our players will be from a settlement known as Onyx on top of an old dwarven mine, a gemstone mine. And during the death of the Dream Spinner, these gems became enchanted in such a way as to protect people's dreams, protect their sleep. But its effect is minimal. It can only protect so many people. The people of the colony mine and refine these gems and magical items to enhance the field, but in times when they can't meet those quotas to deal with population growth, they have to send people out for the safety of the colony, usually to an overflow settlement. But it seems these overflow settlements cannot take anyone else in. So they're going to be sending a group of about 50 young adults who've been trained to scout and gather resources from the enormous dwarven city that the ruins of this dwarven city that they live in, this continent-wide city, to go find another suitable location for a settlement to start one, and gather resources along the way. The groups will be splitting into smaller sections because 60, kind of the nature of the catastrophe zone, 60 people would be too much. There's guaranteed going to be some kind of nightmare or something like that that gets attracted to 60 people. So there's smaller groups hoping to find somewhere they can all live. And we will start there. The four of you have been already gathered. You've known this was going to be happening for a couple of weeks now. Family has been made aware, and it's pretty much the send-off. You've been told you'll you'll be given some extra materials and whatnot, to help with these issues in the wild, help you survive. And yeah, so you were all down in kind of it's a bit of an open area. It's still fairly covered because it's an old mine, so there's a lot of piping and things like that going above you, a lot of machinery that's just always above you, but you're on the ground near the gates. And an elderly gnomish man, Gibble of Jade, a drakeling, who you've never seen in battle, but he is supposed to be quite fearsome. Is kind of the leader of the settlement, and he is seeing you off, which is somewhat unusual. He wouldn't normally deal with you. You're a bunch of young kids. He would have no real reason to interact with you on a consistent basis. And he kind of goes up to each of you to shake your hand and give you a pack of supplies. And he kind of walks up to you, his short, graying green hair, wrinkled face, almost grayed out green beard, walks up to you, Gertie, to hand you your bag and shake your hands. And he just goes, we're very proud of you, and we hope that you quickly find safe shelter in this storm. And Gertie, if you wouldn't mind describing yourself.
Gertie is a dwarf lady with this fluffy hair and two mutton chops that basically are the same length as her hair. And she wears a roguish outfit which looks good because it's yes, and she's a rogue, possibly, maybe, we don't know. And she's older, older, still kind of a young adult in dwarf terms, kind of like 60, 50-ish years old, and a badass. And I think that's all we need to know. Her hair is red, ginger, and she has darker green eyes.
Okay, so yeah, hands you your ration bag, and do you shake Gibble's hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can kind of take a second and then I shake his hand.
So yeah, then he's got like a kind of there's a Goliath behind him, seems to be kind of his assistant, who's carrying all of these bags and just handing them to Gibble so he can hand them to you. And you're not sure on the Goliath's name. He just goes by Jade, and he is of Jade. So, sorry.
Story of my life. It's fine. Please continue.
He seems, in fact, fairly protective over his actual name, for reasons none of you quite understand.
So he's kind of jaded with the questions about his name.
He would be more likely to respond in violence to an attempt to learn his actual name. So he hands another ration bag to Gibble, who walks over and says to Elias and says, "We thank you so much for your service, Elias." And it goes to shake your hand. And if you would describe yourself.
Elias is a drow on the surface. They are quite on the slimmer side, and they have really dark stone charcoal kind of skin with really white hair, kind of shaved on the sides and, pulled back and tied into this ponytail at the back with a couple strands at the front, surprise, surprise. And they have really pale lilac eyes. And they stand at 5'9". And Elias is wearing this sort of mishmash of like leather armor all over and holds this quarterstaff in their hand at all times and is pretty much into nature. And you can kind of tell when you look at them because they always seem to have at least some kind of bunch of leaves or some flower somewhere on their clothing. You don't know why, but they just do. And yeah, that's Elias, or Lay as they sometimes prefer to go by.
So yeah, goes to shake your hand, and how do you respond, Lay?
I just sort of stand there pretending to be like one of those respectable adults, and I take the hand and I put my nose up. Thank you for the honor. It's totally by my choice to be going out there, and I'm so happy about it.
Well, we're glad for your service. Thank you again. And kind of moves on, takes another bag from of jade, and walks over to you, Shimmer, and says, "We thank you so much for this. If you need, to come back and trade, you of course all know you're welcome." And goes to shake your hand. And Shimmer, if you would describe yourself.
You are muted, Mike.
Yeah, no, sorry. Shimmer has milk white skin with dots of iridescent scales and hair that is the color of strawberry milk and dark gray eyes. And she's dressed in the finest of dresses that she could possibly find in the darkest of colors possible. With a few little bits of gold hanging between her tiefling horns. She is staring back at the little man with attitude and utter contempt. First we have to leave, and now I have to carry my own bag? It's awesome. How am I supposed to deal with this?
You'll persevere. I'm sure you'll find a way, Shimmer. You seem to be very skilled.
I don't like it. She snatches the bag away from him.
Okay, well, thank you all the same. And of Jade hands the last of the ration bags he has, and Gibble walks over to Riz and says, "Riz, we thank you so much for this. I hope you find some interesting mysteries along the way. I know they interest you." And holds out the ration bag to shake your hand, and if you would describe yourself.
Just checking I wasn't muted because, Riz is 3'4" of mottled green skin and scraggly black hair scraped up into a dodgy ponytail, buzzed on one side, wide set, big yellow eyes that seem to reflect a lot of the light, a small, flat, snub nose that barely has nostrils there, but there was enough to stick a piercing through, so that's been in there. Earrings up both ears, and dressed in black and white monk vestments, a little crop top that shows off a little pot belly, some sort of slight harem pants-esque kind of a vibe, wraps around hands and feet. And slung over their back is a moon-toothed spade. One end looks like a normal spade with a rounded end. The other has what looks like a crescent moon on the month side. And yeah, that's them. Oh, they have like a reversible black and white tunic that they can put over the top for the weather.
Okay. So how does Riz accept the rations bag?
They look up at the Goliath and look at them just like, well, he's just unreasonably tall, didn't he? And takes the ration bag. Thanks nonetheless, and gives a little bow of the head.
All right. So yeah, kind of steps away and says, "Now there's most of the things in here I would suggest don't lose track of. They're quite helpful. There is inside a small onyx necklace for each of you. It should help keep things away. It's a small amount, well refined, enchantments amplifying the effects, but we can't spare too much of it. So hopefully it'll provide some shield for sleeping. Yeah, some a rations box in there should provide enough food for to continue on. I would suggest supplementing it with things like meat and fruit that you come across when you can. This will keep you alive, but it won't be the most healthy. And there's a onyx dagger in each one. If you concentrate on it before you sleep, it should provide some amount of enchantment for the next day. And good luck. And the gates open. I assume you all walk out.
I march out
in a huff.
So yeah, you all leave. The outside of the gates, actually, the onyx continues on for a while. This area is kind of more of a trade, like, outer city. It's abandoned at night, but during the daytime, merchants and whatnot move in and sell items. And this is where people from the outside would be allowed to come and trade with your settlement. And this is where you will be allowed to come and trade if you have a need to come back for any reason. And yeah, you continue on past that. You've had your goodbyes with your family and whatnot, and those were actually last night. They didn't want any strong, like, emotional triggers right before you left. They wanted to give you time to meditate and calm yourself. And you are one of the first groups to leave. They'll be sending people out throughout the day, somewhat spaced out. Probably even tomorrow and the next day, they'll be sending some people out. They don't want there to just be a huge cluster of people. They want adequate time for you to spread out so that there's less chance of any kind of nightmares being attracted. And yeah, you walk for a ways and kind of find a place to gather yourselves and kind of discuss what the plan is. Where do you go from here?
Have we been introduced to each other at this point and had like no orientation. Just like, okay, these are the people you'll be with, or is this really our first time alone with each other?
You guys got to spend some time alone last night after the goodbyes with family. But I mean, if you guys aren't friends or anything like that beforehand, you've had minimal experience with each other.
Sure.
I'm
So,
gonna
yeah.
sort of walk forward, like very dramatically, like raising my legs a little too high up with each step, kind of like plunk, 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 and just stand there and look out there, and just gonna take a deep breath. What do I see in front of me?
City. The same kind of thing you see every time you look over the walls. Just streets, buildings, wherever trees had been planted before, they're overgrown now. There's some grass creeping up through the concrete of the streets. The streets are. It's been a long time since a construction crew has gotten to kind of go through so close to Onyx. So the streets here are very overgrown. It's more like there's just large chunks of concrete like amongst grass. And yeah, the buildings seem to be in relatively okay shape. Whatever materials they've been made of, you haven't been able to replicate since. Panels are peeled off for building and stuff like that. So some of these buildings might be pretty stripped, but yeah, just quiet.
Why are you walking like that?
I'm excited. Am I not allowed to be excited?
Well, I mean, you can, but you look like you've stepped in shit.
I did step on you earlier. Where the hell are we gonna start with?
I'll pull out my map of the area. Like, find a bit of concrete nearby that I can spread it out on so we can all look at. I don't care how much they have to lean down to look at it.
I'm going to be busy affixing my necklace.
Okay.
Yeah, what Riz is like what 3 foot
3'4".
3'4".
Mm-hmm.
5'9", 3'4". There's significant bending happening just to see the map. Right. Well, if you want my advice, there's. Hi, easy now. There are certain caves that I'm interested in going. There's a chance we can find some more of this onyx in there. Well, in them. We can just maybe take a look.
How far away?
I point to the locations on the map. David, if you could remind me which one exactly was Onyx?
So Onyx is the center square. That's kind of got that guy there.
All right.
So yeah, and then the mines. So they're not caves; they are actual old mines. Like it's probably would be very similar to what your settlement looks like if you took away all the additions you've put on over the years. But on the map, I have marked them as caves.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you see there's one real close by. Well, closer than the others, right over there. And I point sort of to the northeast one. Aside from that, it's quite a bit away for all of them. There's the other one over there, and I point to the southwestern one.
I'm more interested in this one, and I point to the one up northwest. I've got other stuff up there I want to look into. 2 birds, 1 stone, which is an incredibly effective technique. Just saying.
Alright.
Caves are nice and all, but I know about the cache that we could use.
The
Yes.
what?
When are we going to find something that's actually worth doing?
Well, you know,
Maybe right
to
now.
prevent nightmares, that's not worth it to you?
What's this cache, Gertie?
Some stuff a certain asshole just put away for the worst time. Guess
How far
the
away is it?
worst time just came.
How far away is it? And I like jab at the map.
Bit up north, and I point at the place.
So yeah, that is 4. So that's this little treasure chest guy there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's the closest, and Shimmer doesn't give a shit, then I'll say we go that way.
Okay.
Anybody else know about this cache, Gertie? Assuming, other than the person I assume whose it is.
No one else, just me.
How do you know about it?
Wouldn't you like to know?
That's the fucking reason why I asked you the
Let's
question.
go, comrades. Stop dilly-dallying. And I start walking.
Cool. The person with the slowest base speed is going to lead the way. Great.
I'm gonna continue, and I'm gonna try and slow down for these slowpokes.
All right. So everyone's following Gertie.
Yep, I'll put my map back away.
Actually, I'm gonna try and go a bit ahead of Gertie so that I can make sure we keep our direction straight. Like I can use my navigational skills somewhat to actually get us the right direction.
Okay. So roll me a survival check.
First roll as Elias.
Can I help? Can I help since I know where it actually is?
Yeah. Are you proficient in survival?
Nope.
So you cannot give advantage, but you can roll on your own.
Okay.
If you get better, you get better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll roll on me own.
My first roll is a natural 20.
Okay.
Holy
Good
crap.
Lord.
I need to
So
take a picture of
then-
A
that.
10.
All right. Yeah. Your Gertie's nearby, like giving advice, and Leia is just like, yeah, I already know that.
That's going straight to Twitter. This is amazing.
So, okay, yeah. So, what are you looking for on the way forward? Are you looking for to avoid dangers? Are you trying to find just the shortest way there? Are you looking for a route that might take you across things that you would find interesting? Kind of what are you trying to achieve here?
Well, basically, first and foremost, I'm trying to make sure we don't deviate from the direction that we're going. No matter how many loops and turns we take, I don't want us to get lost and have to figure out which direction we have to go again. That's the most important thing that I want to do.
It's pretty easy. It's a grid system on the streets. It's pretty hard to get lost. So,
okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, in that case, then I guess, yeah, if we can come across anything interesting along the way, kind of we can make a few detours here and there. And if not, then, at least we can try and be a bit safer, on the safer side.
Okay, so kind of trying to keeping an eye out for some interesting places. So things that would have potential resources would be things that haven't been kind of plundered yet. And so much of what you guys have done in the past, probably few months, maybe a couple of the older ones of you may have been doing this for like a year. As scouts, as members of the Brave, you mostly you just like go into buildings you know are safe and like strip out wiring and stuff like that, just raw materials you can use. But you would know that, so places that haven't been touched, most dwarven buildings, because this was a time of war when this happened, had some amount of active security. And so finding something like that that's like outside, even if it's non-active, would indicate that it probably hasn't been, highly scavenged. So you're kind of keeping an eye out for some stuff like that. How dangerous do you want it to be? Do you want to go into an apartment building, a residential area, or are you just looking for a business that maybe has a few defenses outside, like?
Yeah, it'll be fun if we go into a dangerous building. Yeah, for the shits and giggles, I'm gonna take us through danger.
Okay, so you're keeping an eye out for an apartment building that looks like it has some active defenses out and about around it. Yeah, towards the... You guys set out pretty early morning. They wanted you to have as much daylight as possible. So this is probably about like 3 p.m. You find an apartment building that you see walking slowly around the exterior of it, just a continuous loop. Very worn down, very weathered. Little rust showing here and there. Some sort of dwarven construct.
Is that the only one we can see?
It's the only one you see. You imagine probably has more than that.
Can I sort of I'm gonna adjust my goggles a little bit and just sort of try and see if I can catch sight of any other, or if can I make a check and see if I can maybe get any hint of another one out and about?
Roll me a perception. Yeah.
Come on, Lee. We'll do your raw eyes see.
If other people are looking, you can provide advantage or roll on your own.
Do you have to be proficient to provide advantage?
Not on perception. No.
Okay. Then no, I'm going to do my own looking.
That was a 10.
That was a 23.
Okay. So, it doesn't seem to care very much about you guys. You're like a block back. Just kind of see it making its rounds. You decide to kind of circle the building a little bit, a big radius, so as not to attract the attention of the construct. And you see that there are 4 little, almost like a telephone booth, but it's not glass or anything. It's just like a metal box about the size of this construct. And 2 of the doors are open on it, and you see a 4th one. It's kind of collapsed, and you see the remains of a construct inside. Or the 3rd one, you see the remains of a construct inside. But there is another that the door's closed, and you don't know.
I'll point that out to the others. So what I'm reckoning, we can either try to find a less obvious way in, maybe go up a level, rather than trying to get in through the main door.
That might be better. Slightly.
Are there any kind?
Mhm.
I was just gonna say, are there any kind of fire escapes or anything on the outside of the building, like, or is it just like smooth and just like windows and stuff going up,
It's
or any
just, yeah.
balconies?
There are balconies. They start on the 3rd floor.
How high is that in terms of feet? If this was a dwarven city originally.
Yeah, good call. So I'm gonna say that's probably about 18 feet up.
All right. Well, I've got a grappling hook. I could and get us a line going, climb up that way.
Okay, so you kind of time it, wait till it's not near you, like that's the other side of the building or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go ahead and stealth. You're trying not to attract its attention.
Oh yeah.
You don't know how stealthy you need to be, but
Yes.
a 1.
Oh
total
no!
of
Right.
But I went from a 19 on my first roll to a 1 on my second, so I feel this is good.
This is great. This is
So as
actually
you walk,
fantastic.
Twang, twang, twang. Swinging
as
the
you
grappling
walk
hook
up,
around
you're
my head.
kind of you're kind of swinging up like this, and you feel it catch on something underneath, and you try and stop, but the momentum carries forward a little bit, and it caught on some little device that was in the ground. It looks like at one time it had like a couple of mirrors on it, and you kind of rip it up out of the ground, and there's some wires, and then there's just like you hear like a faint coming from somewhere in the building, like a
Well, I got good news and bad news.
What did you do?
Oh
Bad
really?
news, somebody knows that we're here. Good news, they only know I'm here.
I hide.
I'm gonna hide too.
Okay, everyone roll me them stealth checks.
Natural 20.
All right.
Can I?
So you all do hear from around the corner where this patrolling construct was. You now hear the loud stomps as this thing seems to be running in your general direction.
I
have a
will
question.
while they're... You go.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say that as I'm running off to hide behind something, can I quickly cast guidance on myself? Would I have time to do that?
Is guidance a bonus action to cast or an action?
No, it's an action. Never.
Yeah, you're hiding as your action. I'll let that
Okay.
get off before initiative.
Okay.
I will not bother running. I will pick up this thing because it's got mirrors and wires, and that's exciting. So I'm going to put that in my bag and just like grappling hook back in the bag and moontooth spade off the back.
Okay. How high are passive perceptions?
14.
16.
14.
17.
Okay. You all hear the grinding noise coming from the last of these little metal boxes outside that was closed. As the door forces its way open, and if anyone who has view of it, you see this large construct arm kind of stick its way out and start trying to push the door open as it seems to be opening too slowly. It won't be here this coming initiative, but it's going to get into the mix. And
Fantastic.
all right. So, yeah, let's everyone roll me initiative.
Oh, great. That's fantastic.
We all wanted combat first session. Really, this is my gift to all of us.
That's a 15. Should we throw it into the roll 20?
Oh my god, 2 6s and 2 15s. fucking mad.
Okay. All right. 2 6s, 2 15s. That's easy enough to keep track of.
This session is crazy. See, it's the candle breakers effect. It's just shenanigans from the start.
Oh yeah, always, always. Never stop shenanigans. Okay, so who has the 2 15s? Okay. So then I'm gonna try and keep people's character names for initiative. So Riz and Lay. Okay. And then the 2 6s are Gertie and Shimmer. Okay. Okay, so the construct running around the building is going to use it's going to go ahead and take the dash action. You kind of waited till it just turned the corner, so you had the most time to climb after the hook, so it's not super far away from you. So it takes the dash action, and at the end of its action, it's right up in your face, Riz.
Excellent.
And that's all it can do, but it does look to be pretty mean, as it's basically got 2 enormous like concrete shields on its arms.
Okay.
And okay, so now it's Riz and Lay.
You want to go first, Nairi, or shall I?
What did you roll on the die?
11.
Oh my god, me too!
You guys have the same initiative, so each round you get to decide who goes first. It's kind of up to you. Helps kind of tactics if you want.
All right. Do you have spells and stuff? What was your class again? I forgot.
Monk.
What was your class? Okay, thank you. I forgot. Okay, you go first. Yours is easier. I need time. I have spells, so many of them.
Okay. Two-handed strike, going for the flat side of the blade, just trying to get a gauge on this guy. Pop, pop. 2 attacks.
Okay.
That's a 25 on the first attack, and a 9 on the second. So I'm guessing the 9 won't hit.
No, it does not. Is your weapon? Your weapon count as a magical attack?
Let me quickly check what it says about Kensei weapons, because I think yes.
Okay, if it's a monk weapon and you have that feature as a monk, then it does.
I don't know whether they're not magic till level 6.
Oh.
So. Oops.
Gee, thanks, David. Starting us at level 5.
Okay.
So is this doing no damage or half damage?
It's no damage.
Right.
You connect very well, and it just scrapes across with a bright slash of sparks, and there's just not even a scratch on it.
Okay. Would I know from like going out before as part of the Brave that's a thing where this is not making damage?
Yeah.
I've encountered. Okay. Then I'll go. All right, guys. Just hitting it's not going to do much, so shit on me, I guess. And I'm going to spend a key to go into patient defense.
Okay. Lay.
All right. So you said that this is a metal thingy, like an actual construct?
Yep.
Would it count as a manufactured metal object?
There is metal on it, and it's been manufactured. It's creature, though, not an object. What are you trying to do?
I was wondering if heat metal would work against this thing.
Sure. Yeah, I'll let that go.
All right. I think it just takes it. It doesn't say. Hang on. Choose. Yeah. Yeah,
know,
it
that's
just takes it, I think.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that means 3d8 that I need to find. Alright. It's going to take 3d8 fire damage when I cast it. Until the spell ends, I can use a bonus action to cause the damage again on each of my subsequent turns. And if the creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
So if it can't undress its metal armor, it has disadvantage. It's 8 plus 5. 13 points of fire damage to it.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't think it can get its stuff off, so it has disadvantage on its attack rolls.
Mm-hmm. It does have a magic resistance, so for purposes of this, since it normally wouldn't affect a creature, I am going to just give it resistance to the damage. Normally it would have advantage on the save, but
Okay.
just to kind of reflect that.
I think it still makes the I guess it should still make the con save though, just to see if it does
since
have,
it can't drop it, it
Okay.
doesn't drop it. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you
because it
pass
says
the
if
con
it doesn't
save,
drop the
you have-
object. Okay. Fair.
Yeah, you just have the option to keep the object if you pass the con save. Okay. So, all right. So at that, you all then hear a loud, just grinding, kind of ripping noise, clanking, as this last construct just basically punches its way out of its container, since it's not opening fast enough, and steps out and moves 30 feet in your all's direction. It's probably not going to be to you until next round, but it'll probably be able to attack next round. Okay, so it's Gertie and Shimmer.
Gertie, you want to go first? No. Okay, so Shimmer stayed over by Riz.
She did?
She did.
Oh my.
Oh, so you're right up in this business.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Brad.
So seeing Riz's attack have no effect, Shimmer begins to panic immediately. What? I thought you were supposed to be good at fighting. No. And just casts Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Get them attacks off.
Get the fuck away from me. That is a natural 19.
Ew.
That's gonna
So
hit.
26.
Yeah, that hits.
And that's 16 points of damage.
Okay.
And then she's going to unsling her lute and get ready to rumble.
All right. Now the fight's serious. The loot's out. All right.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to strike my lute and summon up a 15-foot radius of flying like golden bats that are swirling all around me.
Okay.
Instrument of illusions.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so Gertie, what do you got?
Seeing
Yay,
that,
team non-magic users.
yeah. seeing that attack didn't do shit, what do I exactly see in front of me? I'm looking at the building. Is Riz like up above, or are they still on the ground next to the building?
They're on the ground next to the building. The building itself, like you have to kind of go up a few stairs to get to like sort of the perimeter of the building. Like there's the sidewalk.
Oh,
and
so
it's elevated to some grounds. It's only like a 4 foot, not even 4. It's like a 3 foot elevation to get up to where Riz is.
And we're not there. Only Riz and
you're kind
Shimmer
of back more at the sidewalk. The second construct is moving. No, it doesn't see you yet.
No, I'm hiding.
Yeah, so it's just moving. It would just move towards Riz and Shimmer as well, since that's where the alarm tripped.
Would I, as a dwarf,
Mm-hmm.
know if going into their containers would give me anything? Like, is there something keeping them working in the containers, or
Dwarven technology is pretty resilient. It's possible that they need to recharge. Maybe these were really cheap constructs, but given the fact that they seem to be immune to normal weapon damage, you're thinking that no, probably this thing will keep on, is just ticking on till the end of time. So
so the fire escape is up above them.
It's not a fire escape, it's a balcony. It's about 18 feet up.
How sturdy is it?
It looks real sturdy. It seems to go into like the building itself. Like you can see that the supports go in, and then it has 2 pretty thick metal cables coming up from the edges to kind of hook right below where the balcony above it is.
If I dash, would I get up there?
Yeah. To the balcony?
Yeah, up on the balcony.
It's about 18 feet up. You could move to it if now. Do you have a climb speed?
No.
No, it's just outside. I mean, you could maybe do it with a really good athletics check, maybe, or a good acrobatics, maybe. Because what's your maximum jump height? Yeah, no, probably not. Probably you probably can't clear 18 feet. If you got right under it, you could maybe parkour it up, like on your next round. But for right now,
but I would have to dash to get under it.
No, you could do a full move to get up into the mix of things, but to get up onto the balcony, a dash wouldn't do you.
Okay,
you're about 30 feet away.
My
and you're
movement is
dwarf,
25.
so you're 25. So yeah, no, you're gonna need to dash if you want to get in melee with this thing. Wait, you can bonus action dash.
Yeah.
So no, you have enough movement. You could get up there because your speed would be halved for climbing if you do a successful athletics check. So if you like used your action and your bonus action to climb, you can do it.
I'm gonna get under the balcony. Mm-hmm. Will I be still hidden?
No, you will have to open.
What?
You'll have to move into the open, so no, you won't be hidden anymore. You're like behind an old car right now, or dwarven equivalent.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna get behind the metal enemy thingy.
Okay. You're gonna flank the construct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I see any open parts or anything like that? Could I get inside this thing?
Is there an access panel?
Yeah, something like that.
Do you have any sort of tinkering proficiency?
I have thieves' tools and disguise kit and forgery kit in which I am proficient in. Which
Okay.
proficiency.
So there's a lot of stuff going on with it. Just roll me a general intelligence check to see if you can discern what would be an access panel of
Oh
some
my
kind.
god, which dice should I use?
Make a choice.
Use the one that only rolls 20s.
Fuck.
I'm guessing that was not a 20.
11.
This is a really kind of machine. They really all of it looks like it's kind of beyond you. Who knows what would impact it? But you see a few places where you could potentially get underneath its exterior.
Can I jab my dagger inside that?
Make me an attack roll.
Different die. Better. I should roll this one more. 23.
Okay, yeah, it jabs in there. Is it a magic dagger? Okay, then you feel it hit some kind of spinning axle, and there's just sparks shooting out from it. And you pull the dagger away.
Does it take fire damage now?
It doesn't seem to have really cared too much about it, but yeah, your dagger's taken a little bit of damage after that.
Crap. Take it away, guy. That's my turn.
Okay. Construct 1. Patient defense. It's all heated up and everything, so it's got disadvantage on this attack against Riz.
Right, this way, so I'm not blocking.
And you've got patient defense.
Yep. So double disadvantage. That's a thing.
So that's a natural 1.
Yeah.
It kind of notices that the screeching sound of the dagger kind of thrust down into its hip joint, and it kind of it's swinging at you and kind of spins around and actually impacts its own leg.
It activates its own arthritis
with its large concrete looking shield, and so it seems to do a bit of damage to itself here.
Mm.
All right. So...
I like the flavor.
Oh, okay.
Looks like those spectral bats are working.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's it kind of does that. It kind of drops to one knee for a second, like its other hand going down to provide support, and then it just kind of comes right back up. And standing in place, it just spins its torso around and is now facing you, Gertie. All right, so that's Riz and what do we got?
Please.
Okay.
Go for. You got this.
I have okay. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Giant hyenas are large.
They're large, yeah.
Would people be able to ride on them?
Theoretically, yes.
One
you
per
could get
person?
a hyena to cooperate with you.
One per person? Would you say?
I mean, it's so large is like horse size. So depending on the person, you could maybe get more than one on there.
Okay.
I would say 3 is pushing it to a pretty ridiculous degree, but you could 2 normal sized people, yeah.
Okay. What about 2 tiny and 1 normal sized?
Dwarves count as medium creatures.
Oh, they do? Okay.
They're dense bones.
Okay.
They're
Alright,
short but stocky.
In that case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop concentration on heat metal, because as my action, I'm gonna conjure animals.
Okay.
And one of the options I have is 2 beasts of a challenge rating of 1 or lower. So I'm gonna conjure up 2 hyenas, and then I'm gonna call out to the others, "Quick, climb on us!" And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to turn into a 3rd giant hyena.
Okay. So there are 3 horse-sized hyenas that have been made available for you all to ride. Yeah,
Oh wait, before I turn into one, I have a quick question. Would I be able to bark commands to them in hyena?
No.
Okay, then
if you're an animal, you can't speak to them unless they can speak with animals.
Okay, because I can give them commands without an action, or a bonus action.
The summon things? Yes.
Yeah.
You can command them. I don't generally that doesn't even necessarily need to be verbal, but yeah, you can do it.
It does say they obey any verbal commands.
Okay.
So would I have to give them verbal before I change?
They're hyenas too. They'll figure it out. You're good.
Okay.
I will let the hyena give commands to other hyenas.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Okay, so I turn into a hyena and I tell them to wait until the others climb on them, and then we will all sort of dash towards the balcony. But I'm gonna wait before I dash. I'm not gonna dash just yet.
Okay. So Riz.
Being that I am already underneath the balcony, I'm going to take my grappling hook and just try to do what I was going to do in the first place, as hitting this thing is not going to do jack shit. So can I use my action to try and get it up on the balcony?
Yeah. Sure. Roll me an attack roll. What's dexterity?
That'd be a 23.
Oh yeah, it's hooked on there.
Cool. Then I will use my let me check. I will use my being a goblin, I have nimble escape, so I can use disengage as a bonus action. And then I will use my movement to climb up that motherfucking rope. And with 40 feet of movement, even halved, I imagine I get onto the balcony.
Yeah, give me an athletics check just to make sure you climb the rope.
Okay. Athletics and not acrobatics.
Yeah, sadly it's athletics. You can't flip your way up a rope.
You can't. I can.
I've never seen anyone do it. Until someone does, I assume it's impossible.
I actually rolled super good. That's a 19 total.
Okay, yeah. You just hand over hand up that rope. You're on the balcony.
Cool. I lean over the edge of the balcony on tiptoes, I imagine, once I've landed on the other side. Go, nice hyenas. That's my turn.
I was expecting there to be for something or something like that. I expected that to be some sort of insult.
All right.
Maybe that's not even a compliment.
It's a statement of fact.
Second construct, running forward, reevaluates the danger of the area, and is going to go ahead and attack a hyena. One of these horse-sized hyenas that is clearly the more pressing danger.
Will it know which one's me? Because there's 3 of us?
It's going to attack at random, so I'm going to roll a d3. You are... Lay is going to be a 3, so...
Oh.
Nope, it attacks one of the summoned hyenas.
I need to quickly roll HP for them.
Just use the standard. You don't need to roll. Yeah.
All
right. Okay, so that is going to be a 13 to hit the hyena.
That hits.
Okay.
Is the hyena number 1 or 2?
I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. They're the same. So.
All right.
Oh, that's kind of crap on damage. So that's 9 damage to the giant hyena.
Okay. Hyena number 1 takes 9 damage. Poor buddy.
All right. Gertie and Shimmer.
Again? Okay. So, seeing the way things are going, Okay, yeah. Shimmer is going to strike her lute one more time and sing out. I cry out for magic. I feel it dancing in the light. It was cold, lost my hold to the shadows of the night. And now there's 3 shimmers
Okay.
Ooh.
running in 3 different directions.
Okay. All right. Any movement or bonus action?
Actually, yeah. So my movement is 30.
30.
Mhm.
So I'm going to move 30 away from this thing,
Okay.
and I'm going to move one of the images 30 towards it, and one of them 30 in the direction of Gertie.
Okay. All right.
So I am one of them, but it can't tell which one.
Okay. So it gets an attack for opportunity. So it's mirror image.
Yes.
Okay. I think it just, if it hits, I randomly determine whether or not it hits you or not. Let me look
Each
up.
time a creature targets you with an attack during the spell's duration, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates.
Okay. Cool. So you got to pull it. Okay. So it's a 21 to hit. We'll see. That's an 18 on the d20 to see if it targets you or a duplicate.
All right. Take a look at what I got here.
I think you roll the d20, Mike, to determine if it hits.
Oh, okay.
You.
Sure.
That's a 12 plus.
It's just a 6 or a higher, and you've got 3 running.
Yeah, no. So it misses me and hits one of the duplicates instead.
Okay. Does that dispel a duplicate?
Let's see. Yes, as soon as it hits, it's destroyed.
Okay, so yeah, it
So now there's just 2 of us.
swings at one of the duplicates and just poof, just puff of smoke. Okay, so that's Shimmer. Gertie, what do you got?
First of all, we are fucked. Second of all, I am going to climb that goddamn rope.
Okay, you're going up to the rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Athletics. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Oof. 13.
Yeah, it's good enough. You got a
Cool.
rope. It's not that hard. Yeah. So it's gonna take to move the full 18 up. You're gonna have to use a dash in there somewhere.
I'll do that.
Action or bonus action dash.
Bonus action.
Okay, so you get up there. The one that's used to have heat metal on it and doesn't anymore. It was gonna take a swing at you.
No. I mean, okay.
That's a nat 1. So again, it swings around with the other arm, and just really quickly, it's kind of not really thinking about it. It just swings its whole torso around and manages to kind of catch itself in what would be the ribs of a person,
Yay.
and gets a little damage in on itself. Not much, as I rolled 2 1s on the d6s, but you see a little panel kind of scrape open.
Has it dealt more damage to itself than we have to it?
Not yet, but it's getting there.
As I look around on the balcony, if I got rid of the supporting, not the ropes, what was it? Was it like
I thought it was
cables?
bars.
the cables?
Well, it's bars that go into it underneath, and then there are cables that kind of do a cross up.
So if I got rid of the cables, would I be able to make it fall? Balcony?
It would eventually.
I did not like that look on your face, Gertie.
You don't. So, from the little bit you know of, what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 18.
18, yeah. So, I mean, you don't know the specific physics on this thing, but you know that those would definitely be necessary for support, but the support underneath is going to be able to hold up some or a lot of that weight. So it will eventually fail, but that might look like over the next 8 days it bends down like that. Like,
I am going to... What is the reach of this enemy?
it's just seems to like have like the normal reach of like a person with a weapon. So it probably can't get you guys up here.
So even if I climb down to the support structure from down, would it be able to hit me if I was like there?
Dangling down, how tall are you?
4'2".
Still like.
So my idea
14
is to bait
feet.
it to hit the supporting
Oh,
structure.
hit the support stuff. No, it can't reach up that high.
Is there an entrance to the building?
Yeah, there's a door right on this balcony. You guys could just walk into some old ancient apartment.
I'll open the door.
Okay. High or low?
Low.
High. It is locked.
Ooh. I am a rogue.
That moment when the rogue remembers.
I am going to pull out my danglies, thieves kit, and try to open it.
All right. You're gonna
Thieves
try
tools.
and bone the door open.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, give me that thieves, those thieves tools. Check.
22.
Oh yeah, it's just a simple latch lock. Like you literally just get it in and flip it up, and it's open.
Cool. I'm
From
awesome.
behind you hear a sarcastic.
I turn around and wink.
Okay. So that's Gertie and Shimmer. So the construct that has severely damaged itself. Yeah, it's also, I mean, it's the same programming, so it is determined that these hyenas are dangerous. So yeah. Gonna attack a hyena. That is an 11 to hit a hyena.
That does not hit.
Okay, so misses the hyena, just hits the ground, kind of cracks it, and okay, Risen lay.
So no one climbed a pup.
Nope.
Cool. I'm gonna think about that fact. And there are two hyenas still close to the construct. I'm not quite close to it, right?
Yeah, you didn't ever move into range of it, so yeah, you're like 30 feet off.
Okay, I'm gonna command my hyenas to attack it, both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
did not think this through, but I'm gonna try. Oh, these are cool for fake creatures. I think. Wait a minute. Sorry, I should have checked this. Never mind. No, I did not check that beforehand. I'm sorry. They need their own initiative.
Oh, don't. Just do it on yours. Makes it so much easier.
All right. In that case, they're each going to take a swipe. One's a 21 to hit. The other one's a 17 to hit.
20. They both.
All right. And first one does 10 damage, piercing.
Oh, he doesn't have his reaction back. Okay. Yeah, 10 damage. Okay.
Yep. And the other one, ooh, 2 6s, 15 damage.
Okay. Yeah. Giant hyena takes down the damaged construct.
Oh shit! Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say if it didn't take it down, then I was gonna book it. But look at that, puppies are strong.
So yeah, they both just kind of jump on it and they force it to the ground and they start like tearing chunks of the mechanism inside out. And as one of them finally gets its mouth around like a glowing crystal and rips it free, and the construct just immediately stops its struggle, just frozen in place.
Is that crystal still glowing after it's out?
Yes.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drop wolf form and I'm gonna grab that crystal and put it in my bag.
Okay. You got a crystal in your bag.
I have no idea what it does, but it's glowing and it made that thing move. I'm gonna put it in my bag and figure that out later.
Okay.
I'm really thinking about an artificer dual class here, but I'll think about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, okay, I did not expect this to be happening. I'm gonna turn around and I guess I'm just gonna proudly, like with my nose up in the air, I'm just gonna sort of start doing this as I'm walking towards the balcony, and the pups are gonna follow me.
Oh, he's still
because they're with me for up to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Okay. Riz.
Shimmer's still around down there.
There are so many shimmers down there.
Yeah. Gertie is successfully opened a door. Congrats. Lay is about to come up the rope on the next turn. Nairi?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the hyena to like prop me up. I'll be fine.
All right. I know my weapons won't do any damage, but I'm gonna pull out my short bow anyway and just fire. I get 2 attacks, so fire 2 arrows at the remaining construct, just so I seem like a viable threat.
All right.
So I will hop up and perch on the edge of the balcony to do so.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're trying to really seem like an actual threat, go ahead and still roll me the attacks. Otherwise,
yeah,
if you just wanted to have arrows touch it, I wouldn't really care, but
yeah,
you're trying to seem threatening. You want to hit vital spots.
First one was a 14. Second one was a 16.
Okay, so the 14 just kind of glances off one of its giant concrete shields and just lands in the ground. The 16 does hit in the neck, and you just kind of see it kind of sticks there for a second, and then it kind of starts getting sucked in, and there's little sparks as it's just like grinding it up. But...
As I shoot, I go, "Oi, fuck nugget, up here!"
It's like head. It's head that's just like a sphere with like this like lantern light in the center, just kind of like swivels and looks up at you.
All right. That's my turn.
All right.
Riz is charming.
So yeah, the construct on the ground, seeing what just happened here, is going to go ahead and run up and attack Lay. Yeah, that's a nat 20.
I think that hits.
Yeah,
Let me check my armor class.
So, Lay, as you confidently stride towards the rope, having the hyenas follow you, ignoring the second construct, it just walks up behind you and just hits you over the back of the head.
I expected nothing less.
for 24 damage.
Dang. Dang. How many hit points is your max, Nairi?
37. I'm good.
So yeah, you're just walking. All of a sudden, you don't even exactly remember it happening. You just find yourself kind of like hunched over your knees, like blood in your mouth, blood on the ground. Your head hurts so bad. And
Please tell me I saw that.
Remember why you're here?
Please tell me I saw that from my position on the edge of the balcony.
You
Please
did.
tell me.
You absolutely saw that.
From above you, you hear the cackling of a goblin. Just having a rad time.
Okay. So yeah, that's its turn. Gertie and Shimmer.
Oh, cinematically beautiful.
You are muted.
You're muted.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Then fine.
Then appropriately muted.
Do you want to go or can I go?
Oh my goodness, do you actually want to go first?
I honestly don't care because I'm out of this fucking combat.
So, in that case, then, what is Gertie doing?
Well, first of all, I'm going to pull up the hood of my cloak of elven kind, and I am going to enter the apartment stealthily.
Okay. Roll me that stealth check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Yeah. Ooh. Ugh. Okay, good. 17.
Okay. So yeah, you're going in. It is pretty bare bones. The appliances seem to be in place. You're not hearing any whirring of machinery. There's no electrical currents that you're really hearing. There's just like heaps of furniture that seem to have pretty significantly deteriorated over the years. It's not like rotted or like completely destroyed because it's been a sealed environment. It's very dry in here. There's a little bit of humidity, but not just too much. So it's been protected from the elements for the most part. But yeah, there's like some mold and stuff on some things, but otherwise, with a little cleaning, you could still live here.
Can I? It doesn't need to happen now, but can I like look through everything and see if I find anything useful?
Yeah.
In any way.
When we're done with this, we'll come back to you and you'll get the first investigate check to see if you find anything you want to keep secret. All right. So then, Shimmer.
I am going to. Yeah. So is that rope still dangling down from up above?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Then Shimmer is going to try and go up the rope.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check.
This is where it goes horribly awry.
Yeah, I'd like to say I cannot help by pulling up on the rope for you because my strength score is 8. I am no help to you.
This could not have
whatsoever.
gone better. I rolled a natural 1.
All right.
What's your athletics though? Aren't you like super buff? Because
my athletics is 5.
Oh.
Okay. So the nat 1. So you're pretty strong. Yeah. It's hooked on there pretty well. You rolled a 17 to hook it on. So you kind of go to climb up, and in your kind of frantic state, you don't quite get a strong enough grip on it. Your hands are real sweaty, and you kind of make your way about halfway there before you just like kind of lose grip on the bottom hand as you go to swing up above, and you just slide down, just giving yourself a nasty rope burn. take a point of damage as your hands are kind of bleeding a little bit.
Ah, my nails!
You are my nightmare from high school.
Was that in character or out of character?
That was out of character talking about Shimmer.
Okay, so that's the first construct is dead. So that's that's your action. You still have a bonus action. Well, that's not even your action. That's just your movement. So you could take another shot at this if you wanted to use your action to dash and try and climb up.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Oh, that's significantly better. That
Okay.
is a 19.
Okay, yeah. You're just like, and through the pain, you just climb up, leaving the rope a little slick behind you with a little bit of blood on it. It might make it difficult for someone to climb after you.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they want to be covered in my blood.
Yeah.
Enjoy that concussion, Elias.
Okay. So, Riz and Lay, it's your turn.
After you, please.
Okay.
You're very confused just about what's going on, Lay, but you're aware enough to continue in the fight without any significant disadvantage to anything.
I fucking forgot about the second one. Okay, I'm gonna have my my doggies sort of stop following me so regally, and I'm gonna have them attack the second construct.
Okay.
Oh, that one fell off the book. I have to roll it again because it was cocked. First one is a 14 to hit.
That's a miss.
Yeah, the other one doesn't hit either. Then.
Okay, so yeah, they
that's
kind
an
of
8.
they run at it and jump, and it just gets one of its concrete shields up in time, and they both just kind of impact it, and he pushes them off.
Okay. On my turn, as myself, I am going to. Shit. No, I'm not gonna.
You can if you want.
No. I have a question. If I cast Cure Wounds at a higher level, and I get the extra dice, but I don't get to add my spell mod more than once.
Nope, just the once. Yeah.
Okay. I need it before I try anything else, because what if I fail? Actually, no. You know what? My action is going to be to try and climb up the rope.
Well, you have a move. You can use your action for something else.
Oh, okay. Okay, if it'll take only my movement, then yeah. Do I need to make a check for it?
Yeah, you need to make an athletics.
Perfect.
You people with your 30, the 15-foot climb is enough to kind of get you up to where you can reach and pull yourself up the rest of the way.
7.
Okay. Normally you feel like that might have been good enough, but there's just that it's just a little slick from that blood on there, and you kind of get up halfway, and you're sliding down. You can use your action to finish climbing if you want, and roll me another athletics.
Yeah.
Valid.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Better. Much better. That's a 21. David.
Okay. Yeah. You manage to kind of you get a good grip, and you start pulling yourself up. As you leave the range of the construct, it is going to make an attack of opportunity at you. That's going to be an 8, so I guess that misses.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's just too distracted by the hyenas. It's having to kind of keep them away, and it does a swing up at you, but you're able to get out of its range before it does. Okay, so you're up on the balcony with everyone else. Just these 2 hyenas down there attacking this last construct. You Do you keep the concentration going so they continue attacking it, like even while you guys are inside doing things, or are you going to stay up there and help them? Or
yeah, no, I'm my hyenas are gonna stay up for as long as they can. I made the check last time when I actually got hit, but I don't actually need to make a check if I'm not hit, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
If I don't take damage.
Yeah, if you don't
Okay,
take damage, you don't need to do the concentration. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing that too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've made the mistake of forgetting before, and I've made it clear not to do that anymore.
Okay, so
that
now that
sucks.
we're out of immediate danger, or people just moving in to explore the building, do you want to kind of stay up here and help fight this construct?
Not
What's kind of
especially.
the plan for the group?
I want to start calling up my rope and grappling hook and put that away. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you. Head inside.
Yeah. I just sort of wave while I'm watching my pups. I actually want to, I'm interested about that crystal, so I'm going to try and have my pups sort of keep attacking the construct.
You can also, relatively easily stay up on the balcony and just, if you have any damaging cantrips, do that without any... Tactically speaking, you're at a pretty significant advantage right now.
My poison spray has a 10-foot range. Can I reach it?
No, he's out of the range of it.
Okay.
And to your knowledge, constructs tend to be not super affected by poisons. It's hard to poison a robot, but
yeah, that's true. All right, no, I'm just gonna I'm gonna keep letting my pups do the attacking.
Okay. I know that Gertie's already searching the insides. Shimmer, are you going to search the inside as well, or are you going to help finish off this construct?
I'm going to hit it with Eldritch Blast again.
Okay. So if you're going to kind of sit there and Eldritch Blast it while the hyenas go after it, I won't make us go through that whole thing. The construct cannot possibly hurt or beat you guys. So over time, how many hit points do the hyenas have?
One of them has... The one that got hit before has 36. The other one has 45.
Oh, yeah. He's got to do a lot of damage. You can only do 2d6 plus 4 a round if he hits. So we'll say it takes you a little bit, but give me a high or a low, Nay.
All right. Low.
That's a high. It does manage to kill one of the hyenas while this is going on. But, over probably the next 30 seconds, you manage to disable the construct between the hyenas and Shimmer's Eldritch Blasting.
All right. I'm actually gonna hop down again from the balcony using the help of my hyena, the remaining one, and I'm gonna try and scrap that one for parts, including the crystal if I can.
Okay. So yeah, that will take you a while if you're just kind of trying to disassemble it and get the crystal and whatnot. This time the crystal did not get pulled out.
Okay.
So do you have any kind of mechanical proficiencies or anything like that?
Not particularly, no. But
okay.
Yeah, no.
Then yeah, for this I'm gonna say roll me an intelligence check.
Alright. In this case, would I be able to give myself guidance beforehand?
Yeah.
Knowing I'm gonna do this? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, then yeah, my pup goes away. That's a good thing I gave myself guidance. I rolled a 7, plus a 3, so a 10, plus a 3, so a 13.
Okay.
For that intelligence check.
So it's going to take you a while. This thing is very complicated. And you're not really sure what's important or not. But yeah, you do find the crystal, because you kind of knew where that was anyways. And you find a few other smaller crystals inside of it that they kind of have a faint glow about them. So you can add another put them kind of put the bigger ones in your inventory as just like large construct crystal, and then just
Okay.
put in 5 small construct crystals.
So 2 large and 5 small.
Yes. And if you guys want metal and stone, like to use to build things, you have about 400 pounds of it here between the 2 constructs.
I'm right.
Damn.
They be
Did I manage to pry any apart while I was looking for the crystals?
Oh yeah, you took this one apart pretty thoroughly. It's going to take you the better part of like an hour to do that. So you're just going to be down here doing that while people explore inside.
Okay, fair.
If that's the case, while that's going on, I'm going to wander off inside.
Okay. So everyone's inside except for Lay. Gertie, you got in there first, and we're kind of looking around first. So give me that investigate check. See if you
Cool.
find anything good.
Okay. Bye.
Oh, boo.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Okay.
Yeah.
You in the remains of what seems to be like an older dresser, you do find some old dwarven currency. It's like thin, like flexible sheets of kind of like a holographic like metal.
Ooh.
How much of it?
The denominations haven't really like, or not denominated, but yeah, the shit was supposed to be worth back in the day, but you find about 30 sheets of it. There's like 4 purple ones, like a bunch of blue, and like and about like 10 green.
Does it look flammable?
You would know it's not flammable. You've come across it before. It's sturdy. It's like I said, it's flexible, so you can bend it, but it will snap back into place. You can't crumple it up or anything like that. And it's very difficult to tear. So it's a good material.
I'll keep it.
Okay. And okay, so you kind of find that everyone else, you've moved into this apartment, and you see Gertie kind of rummaging through some broken, like slightly rotted dresser drawers.
I want to go find out the source of where the alarm is going off. Obviously, I have the remote thing, and we heard something coming from inside the building.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go find that.
Okay. You hear it very slightly. It's even harder to hear from inside where you're at.
My big old, I missed this in my description, my big old bat ears like twist around. Like,
yeah. Just
trying to figure out where the sound's coming from.
Roll me an investigate check.
This will go well. Riz is super smart. Yep.
Okay. So
+0.
You get out, you go out into the hall, opening this door out here. It takes you a second, because it seems as you kind of go up to open the lock, you can just keep twisting it in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that however the locking mechanism worked, it probably required some amount of power to operate it, but you're able to eventually force the door open. It's not a strong lock.
Okay.
And you get out, and you hear it coming from the hallway. Kind of goes to the left and the right. There's, as apartment hallways do, And you hear it coming from both sides pretty equally.
Right.
And so you kind of just start wandering off. There, you can tell there used to be signs,
Yeah.
kind of denoting like what was where. Do you speak Dwarvish or read Dwarvish?
Yes, I can. I can read Dwarvish.
Okay. So you're kind of following it a little bit. It takes you a while to get down there. It takes you about 10 minutes. And you find like so part of the problem as well is that dwarven elevators were kind of basically magical teleporters, and without power, they don't function. So you have to find a set of stairs, which is difficult. And you
Okay.
kind of search most of this floor before you find one and make your way. It seems that it's coming from below you. You make your way down and make your way into a lobby area. So you get into it and you actually see the front doors to the building. And there's a desk and there's a little, the alarm's coming from it, and there's a blinking crystal on the desk.
Okay. Between I just kind of want to know, because of how much of the city is residential, like between the piece that I've got, like the remote sensor, and like my innate sort of tinkering shit. I just want to see if I can work out, like, if it's a crystal thing, like basically I'm just trying to suss out how it works so I can avoid tripping one in the future. Also, if there's anything I can like pull apart, I'll have.
Okay.
So
yeah. So yeah, you kind of have a racial tendency towards tinkering. So roll me roll me an intelligence with proficiency.
okay. I didn't think I was going to be able to wangle this with wisdom, quite frankly, but you know, that's fine. Yeah, 11.
Okay. You work on it for a while. You see you do find a place at the desk that shows a few lights on it. It has a bit of schematic of the exterior of the building, and one of the lights around about where you were is blinking red.
Yeah.
And looking at the mirrors and stuff, the mirrors clearly play a role in it. And kind of reading the Dwarvish, they all of them read as non-functioning, but only that one like is described as damaged. And so you think, in the mirrors on them kind of broken and cracked or crusted over. So probably has something to do with light. You're not entirely sure though.
I totally know how this works, and I will never set off one of these. I am a fucking security systems genius. I don't know I rolled an 11. As far as I'm concerned, I am the shit. I'm fine. But yeah, I'll once I've done that, can I see Lay outside the double doors? Or are they too far around the side of the building?
So the side of the bottom floor is just like glass windows all across. So you actually, you can just see they're on the other side. So they're not by the double doors, but you can see Lay.
I'm going to go up to this side of the glass so I'm right as near them as possible, and like rap on the glass, and then just start doing, you know, the thing that kids do where they like put their mouth against the glass and be like blowing on it while flipping the bird at the same time. Just from inside the building. I'll like tap on the glass first to get their attention, and then just do that.
Okay.
Do I hear the glass from here?
You hear someone knocking on glass like 10 feet behind you.
I sort of raise my head for a bit, try and listen in if there's any like monstrosity going on the inside, like if there's any danger. If there isn't, then I'm going to dig my head back into the construct and pull things out. Because by this point, I imagine I know the antics of Riz.
You've known me less than 12 hours.
Would I?
Well, we met yesterday afternoon.
You guys know of each other. You've been around, but you've never worked closely or anything like that.
Okay, I guess I just sort of turn. What do I see?
Basically, Fate, like a very wide mouth full of very sharp teeth pressed up against the glass, like breathing heavily. It's like sends steam billowing out like the velociraptors in Jurassic Park, while both hands are flipping the bird.
Imagery. Yeah, Lay, this is gonna be like the expression, a set of expressions that Lay goes through, like just tinkering and everything. Turns, looks at the window. Fucking weirdo. And I'm gonna turn back around and just keep tinkering, but that image is stuck in my head.
All right.
Done. My work here is done.
So how long do we explore the dwarven building? It's about 15 stories. With a kind of a quick look around, there seems to be about 40 apartments on each floor, starting on the third.
Okay.
Can I go through like another 3 of them? Just kind of if I find anything.
So a thorough search of each one is going to take probably between 20 minutes and an hour.
Can I roll
depending
for
on
it?
how well you roll. Yeah.
Okay. Do I roll for each one of those?
So tell me how long you want to explore, the time length, and I'll tell you how many.
I'll maybe give it like, I don't know, whatever the fuck they are doing. It's probably taking them a while as well. So 2 hours.
Okay. Roll me 2 investigate checks.
19. Wait.
Okay.
Wait. 18. Sorry.
18. Okay.
And a 24. No.
24.
23.
23. Okay.
No.
Shimmer. Oh.
22.
22. Okay. Hanging on the math here. Okay. So yeah, Shimmer, what are you doing during this 2-hour period?
I'm probably going to be looking for the most valuable piece of something or other laying around. Something shiny that looks like it would fit inside my bag.
Okay. So just like kind of quick, are you thoroughly searching the apartments as you go into them? Or are you just looking around to see if there's any immediately displayed items that you would like?
Shimmer's way of thinking is that, from where I know, things that are of most value are normally in the top floor.
So you want to find your way up to the 15th floor and start searching up there?
I want to go all the way up and search the rooms up there.
Okay. Roll me a quick investigate to kind of make your way up to the 15th floor.
That is a 19.
Okay, yeah. You quickly find some stairs. It's a bit of a hike. Shimmer's problem. Well, you know what? You live in a cave system / multi story complex. You guys climb stairs for days, so this isn't a huge problem for you.
Although I wish I hadn't worn heels today.
Yeah, you're starting to question whether or not you should be wearing heels at all as you explore the cityscapes here. But yeah, you make your way up. So as opposed to the 40 apartments on each floor, the 15th floor just has 15. So you're already these were good instincts of mine. So yeah,
definitely the way I should have gone.
That you find it quickly. So this is probably it takes you a few minutes to climb all those stairs, but this is probably like 10, 15 minutes after entering the building that you're on the 15th floor. Go up to your door. They are locked, the doors.
Okay. Then can I try to like are they like regular like open and shut doors, or are they like sliding doors? What are we talking about?
They're regular open and shut doors.
So can I then try to, I don't know, like blow them off their hinges?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, because I'm not proficient with anything that is like lockpicky.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, the power. They do know that there's clearly some amount of power still going to the building as the alarms went off downstairs, so it might set alarms off up here. You're not sure. Okay. So yeah, you do that.
Okay.
And
do you want me to roll damage, or are you just gonna say it happens?
I mean, even if you roll really bad damage, you have Infinity Eldritch Blast, so you get the door open.
Cacao.
Yeah. So it's a nice thing. There's a large kitchen. There's a large living area. It's up to a balcony that seems to wrap around a corner of the building. And you just looking around, you see, it's a bathroom and probably 3 bedrooms just from right here.
Okay, then I think I'm going to search the bedrooms.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll again for that?
Yeah, roll me an investigate.
That is an 18.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you spend probably 20 minutes searching the place pretty thoroughly. It's not overly. Again, it's kind of the same kind of problem as the downstairs apartments. A lot of these things are. What book am I looking for? Pretty well deteriorated over time. But yeah, you find some more of those that old dwarven currency. You find about 20 sheets of it. They're of an orange color.
Okay.
And oh, nope. That's going the wrong way. Oh, is it at the back? Okay, here we go. All right. So you do find what seems to be a fairly well-made old dwarven rifle. It's got a lot of like engravings on it, whatnot. The backpack to it looks very stylish. The hose is intact. Looks like this could still function, and you find a case of seems to be 50 golden spheres for the rifle. Looking around, you also find a safe.
So How big is the safe?
It's a wall safe.
Okay.
So it's just about like a foot and a half by a foot and a half.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and try sleight of hand, see if I can open it.
Okay. Yeah. Roll it for me.
That went terribly. That's a 7.
Yeah. You just kind of try and like feel it and kind of jiggle the handle here and there. See if you can find some sort of finesse to it.
Just give
see
it a
if you
spin and hope
you
for the
can
best.
open. It never really does. This may be a job for Gertie.
Yeah, no. If I can't get it open, I'm just going to walk off and look somewhere else.
Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of now like kind of you don't really need a check for it. There does seem to be a lot of like artwork and stuff in here. Now the paintings and whatnot are long destroyed. They're just covered over in mold. Maybe if you had like an art historian, you could restore some of these things, but it's not really. Those aren't really doing it for you. You do find, if I can freaking find any of my nonsense. Nope. You do find some gold, like some metallic statues and whatnot, though. They look to be, there's several that are golden and whatnot. There is a large one. It seems to just be like two dwarfs holding up a globe, facing each other. It's got like some jewels in it and stuff. Just eyeballing it, you suspect it probably weighs a couple 100 pounds. But you do find some smaller, like sort of like table statues and whatnot that seem to be very expensive looking. And you can carry those off. We'll say you have 3 small golden dwarven statues.
Okay, and the bigger one, can I try and pry some gemstones out of it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Doing so, you get about 10 gemstones. Okay. So,
You said 3 statues, right?
yes. Where the heck did I put my GD? Dungeon Master Guide.
Did you look in the last place you looked? Because that's always where everyone finds it.
Yeah, like the first place you checked.
Right.
It was somehow just there the whole time. That is clearly going to be what is happening. And that is what is happening. A book that was open, I thought, was a different book.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're doing that. Mike, you spend 2 hours. You rolled pretty well. So, or not Mike, Tom. You spend 2 hours checking the downstairs. Oh, he's doing something.
He'll be back.
Okay. So that's a couple hours. You're up doing that. Takes you about 30 minutes, Riz, to get down there and kind of figure all that stuff out. What's the next thing Riz is doing here?
It's an apartment building. I'm gonna check out and see if there's like an office, like for the director of the building or whatever. I'm just basically being nosy at this point, see if there's anything of interest. I'm also looking for paper and ink.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of look through the downstairs. There's kind of a large it seems to be empty now, indoor pool on the first floor. There's some old exercise equipment. You find a pretty near the front desk, a locked, reinforced door.
I would definitely try get in there.
Okay.
I don't have thieves' tools. Can I use like the sharp end of my my moontooth spade and just like try to jimmy the lock open, like slam it in, and then use it as a pivot to pry
Okay.
open the door?
Yeah. Give me a. You're proficient with the spade as well, so give me a strength check with proficiency.
Okay, sure, okay. That'll be a total of 5.
Okay, so you kind of study the door for a little while. You're like, okay, here's where to put it in. You put it in and just start pushing on it real hard, and you're just like your feet are just sliding in place. You just don't have the weight to put behind this.
What's the door made of?
It seems to be made out of a metal.
No one, stop it. Stop it. Nobody else is around and saw this utter failure, so
Nope.
I can.
Unfortunately.
I am trying to come up with an alternative strategy. Is it a visible lock mechanism?
Yeah.
Can I try and punch the lock out?
Sure.
I'm not saying it's a good idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll spend a key to make it. No, that's not how that works. Never mind.
Okay,
No.
so yeah. Just
Well,
roll
it's a key. It should be helpful in opening it.
Fuck off.
That was actually a good one, Tom.
Yeah, I
Roll
know.
me
That's
an
why I'm
attack.
mad about it. That's why I'm mad about it.
Just punch until you see bone, and then you can use the skeleton key.
Hey, 19.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you hit the door. You hit the lock. Roll me some damage.
Roll to hurt the
Ooh,
lock's
I
feelings.
do 8 points of bludgeoning damage to the lock.
Okay, so yeah, there's like a and like a squealing noise as the lock kind of dents in a little bit in the door. You gotta
Progress.
try it.
Punch it again.
Yeah.
I will
Go
get in
ahead.
this door. I'll mix it up. I'll mix in some kicks, just like
Mhm.
heel of the foot, just like mix it up. It's a workout as well as investigating a mystery.
Yeah. So basically, as long as you don't roll so only tell me if you roll a 1 or a 20. If you roll a 1, you're gonna
Okay.
mess up. If you roll a 20, you do double damage.
How many do you want me to roll? Or just keep rolling?
Just tell me and roll the damage. See how much you get.
Natural 20 on the first roll.
Okay, so yeah, double that damage die on the first one. You crit the lock.
Heck yeah. 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, that's yeah. The second punch, you kind of see how it's bent in. You kind of see how it looks like it's doing it. And you
Mhm.
kind of go at an angle, and you just hear like a crit as and kind of some snapping sounds as some springs inside break, and try the door, and it opens inward.
I do a little yes to myself and go inside.
Okay. So the inside has you see just these like kind of wire metal shelves, and just all across them, like going all the way up to the ceiling, there's what looks to be like safety deposit boxes.
I have a bag of holding,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just gonna like my bag of holding also isn't that full
Mm-hmm.
either. How many safety deposit boxes would you say there are?
In the room, there's about 80.
Okay. How secure do they look? Given how secure the room, I don't know if the door was the main point of security or whether each box has specifically been.
They have a lock on them, but it looks like they're just resting on the shelves. So you can just pick them up. I do want you to, as you step in, make a quick dexterity save for me.
Hell yes! I could have done better. But, My plus to dex saves is 8, 14.
Okay. So as you kind of step in, there's a faint red glow that kind of appears around you, and you briefly notice the dwarven runes that seem to have been on the ground, as just like a column of fire just shoots up around you.
Nice.
And you take.
Let's see if I die.
You take 18 points of fire damage.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Was that halved or did I fail the dex save?
You failed it. So.
Okay, valid. I can't wait to turn up with everybody else looking singed. It's going to be great and smelling of burnt hair. It's fantastic.
Okay, so you're just loading the safety deposit boxes into the bag of holding?
I'll try break into one first, like just to see how secure they are.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I don't have thieves' tools. I have got tinker's tools, one of which might be thin enough to try and jimmy a lock with. I also have darts. I also have a dagger, like a standard one.
So the tinker's tools would have the ability to cut through the metal.
Oh yeah, I'll try that.
It'd take you probably longer than picking the locks, but you can do it with so you can't pick the locks. So if you're just trying to smash them open or pry them open, you could potentially damage the stuff inside. Your cutting tool should be fine. It's not using heat to cut it.
Yeah, I'll just try pop open one to see what sort of stuff I find in them.
Yeah, so you find kind of like where that lock is, and you get the cutting tool, and you take about a minute to cut through the lock and pop it open. And
yeah, guys, when Riz comes back, they have no eyebrows. That is what I have decided.
So you see a kind of spherical. You see the inside of it just has like all these little oval indentations, like it was maybe holding a lot of somethings. And looking in, there is one of those somethings left. It's, I guess, not spherical. It's kind of in kind of elliptical shaped stone. It seems to be well polished. There's a little dust on it. It's red and has a faint glow to it.
Okay, I'll keep that. Aside from the deposit boxes, is there anything else of interest in this room?
Yeah. Kind of looking around, you do find what seems to be an old weapons rack.
Ooh.
And it's got 3 crossbows, heavy crossbows, and a smaller one with some hand crossbows. And there's a large supply of bolts. Probably not just a bunch, but there's probably about 80 bolts.
Okay, I'll take a hand crossbow and 30 bolts.
Okay.
And how big are the safety deposit boxes? Are they just like shoebox size, smaller?
Yeah, they kind of look like a dresser drawer kind of length. They don't go as far back though. So yeah, a little bit bigger than a shoebox.
Okay. Now I'm inside the room. Can I see the runes on the floor where I triggered the trap, or did they like flare up as I came in?
You see them. They're still there. They roll me a perception check.
Okay. So I work out if they're like carved into the floor, painted on. Oh, that's a natural 17 plus 4, 21.
Okay. So they seem to. They don't look like they're carved in.
Yeah.
Because the floor is just flat. They
Yeah.
seem like they're a part of the floor. They don't look painted either. You're not quite sure what they are, but you see kind of along some of the edges of the letters of the runes, kind of a faint red kind of spark kind of starting to trace along the rune.
Oh, like it's resetting. Oh, okay. I will load up 10 of the safety deposit boxes.
Okay.
If any sound particularly good, like I'll shake them, like a kid with a Christmas present, just like, with my big old bat ear.
Mm-hmm.
Any that sound
just make sure there's something inside.
Yeah, make sure I'm basically, granted, like something like paper would be light, so it wouldn't necessarily make a noise, but anything that sounds like it's got like good jangle quality. And I'm gonna quickly, like, super quick, do that, shove 10 in my bag, and try to get out of the room before the red outline gets all the way back along the runes.
Okay, yeah, you do it. It looks like it's gonna take it a little while for it to reset.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, so then Tom, you spent 2 hours searching downstairs. I'm gonna say with that, with those, you're gonna be able to search 5 rooms. Through the 5, there's a lot of like art and stuff hanging on the walls. It's all like molded over. You do find some kind of looks to be some nice kind of like statuesque decorations, some lamps. One of them actually has a glowing stone in it. The lamp still does, so it seems to still be actively magical.
If I take out the glowing stone, would that still glow?
Yeah, probably.
I'll do
Just
that.
giving it a quick look, it looks like it's just resting on top of it.
I'll take the glowing stone.
Okay. Yeah. So just write a light stone in there. It just provides. It's basically an ever burning torch. Provides as much
Cool.
light as a torch would. You find throughout the 5, you find another 80 sheets of this dwarven currency.
I'm gonna make a fucking armor out of them.
Yeah. And okay, so and you find a couple of some of the lamps and whatnot seem to be made out of valuable metals, and you find 2 well crafted lamps. We'll just say kind of small golden lamps. And you find a remarkably intact thermos.
What?
A remarkably intact thermos.
Okay.
Seems to be ceramic, has a lid over it. It looks like it's got a little sliding thing. Looks like you could pull it open to sip out of it. Okay. You pick it up and you hear liquid kind of sloshing in it.
I'll smell it first.
Smells kind of like coffee.
I'll take a sip.
Okay. It's like a nice warm temperature. It's coffee.
Did I just
still warm?
Is it still warm?
Yeah, it's still warm.
How long's it been in there? How old is this coffee?
I'm keeping that shit. Yeah.
That is the best fucking thermos ever. Holy shit.
Either
It
that
will
or there are
never get
people in
cold.
there.
Yeah. But I like a magic thermos thought.
Yeah, I love it.
Never cold.
That should be the brand name, Never Cold. NEVR Cold.
All right.
Devil.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this all happening? You said 2 hours for everybody?
Yeah, so you finished taking apart the first construct. If you wanted to take apart the second one and try and get some more of those smaller crystals, you could.
No, I think getting what I did would be enough for me. Would I be able to make my way into the building after I'm done? Would I have time?
Yeah, you're done, and like everyone else is long gone. You don't see anybody. They seem to still be in the building. You don't think they would have abandoned you, but
Alright, what would I do if I was alone? Alright, I'm gonna
Masturbate.
walk. That comes later. I'm gonna walk into the building first.
Okay.
Is there I'm gonna go through the front where the construct came out of.
Well, it didn't come out of the building. It had like its own little like shelter outside.
Oh, I thought it was like connected somehow. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna see if I can get my way in through the front. Is there like an open entrance, or do I have to open it?
There's a revolving glass door at the front.
All right.
You walk in, it revolves. You go inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just sort of look around. How you said there are? Oops. You said there's a hallway sort of situation going on in the building.
So this bottom floor doesn't have any apartments on it. So there's just this large open like lobby. It looks like there was probably to your left and right. You see like the remains of a carpet and some chairs and couches on each side. Kind of going over to a desk. The desk is like it's about 2 feet tall because it's dwarven size and it's a semicircle. And yeah, a door that seems to have been bashed open, kind of behind it. And then there's hallways to either side, to the left and the right, at the back of this sort of lobby area.
How far do they go on either side?
You can go check. They go about like 15 feet in either direction before turning and going back further into the building.
All right. Oh. This building is completely stone and metal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mostly metal. It seems you're not quite sure. Again, no one really knows how they made this material. It's some kind of like metal or ceramic. You're not sure.
Okay, my plan for detect magic was not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do is, obviously a building this old would have like a dust sort of layer over it. Would I notice like by the path of footprints that everyone's been in here?
Okay, yeah. So roll me a survival check.
That would be, if my sheet allows me to check, 16.
Okay, so you see some goblin-sized footprints come from one of the hallways over to the desk, over to the window where Riz made a face at you and flipped you off, over to the other hall, over to the bashed-in metal door.
All right, I'm gonna sneak my way to the door, very, very carefully, if I can.
I guess at this point, there's footprints out of the metal door as well to wherever Riz would go next.
Okay, so they're not in there still.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I wanted to scare Riz. All right, I'm just gonna sort of. Is there a lower floor, like a basement?
You can go find stairs.
I'm gonna try and see what I could find underground.
Okay. You find some stairs. So can you read Dwarvish?
I cannot.
Okay. So you get to the stairs, and there's some kind of dwarven rune on a sign next to you, and it's kind of faded, painted onto the wall in front of you. And stairs go down, and you kind of look over, and seem to go pretty far down.
All right.
Several stories
Okay.
at least. It's pretty dark
Oh.
though.
Okay. Now, I don't. Wait a second. What am I doing? It's dark, right?
Down there, yeah.
I'm gonna take off my glasses and I'm gonna go down, but I'm gonna be careful about it. I don't want to step on any sort of like obvious spike trap or a non-obvious trap.
Roll me an investigate check as you slowly go down.
Will do. That's a bad one. 10.
Okay. You're going downstairs. Nothing yet. You kind of come across you go down, flight of stairs, you're down, you see another door, you see another dwarven room. Also painted on the wall. It just keeps going. Just how far down do you want to go?
How far down will it take me?
You're trying to find the bottom?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go like for hours.
Okay. So you descend stairs for about 15 minutes. You've gone about 30 stories down.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna try and sort of next door I see. I'm gonna try and make my way in.
Okay. Yeah, so once you're down there, there's just a door. When you're 30 stories, and you're at the bottom.
Well, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself at 2nd level, because if I have anything explode in my face, I'm gonna be passed out in the dark down here.
No one will ever find you. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Could be better. Rolled a 7 and a 2 plus my spellcasting ability modifier, so 7. Alright, so yeah. I have 14 more HP on my body. And I'm gonna sort of on the door that I see next, can I make another check to see if it's trapped or anything?
Yeah, roll me an investigate.
Alright. I have to use a different die for this. That's an 11.
You don't see
One better.
any obvious signs of a trap. It is locked.
Okay.
There seems to be like a rectangular thing above the door that has like a purple crystal on it, slightly glowing.
Is it hovering or is it fixed in it or
It's
what?
fixed into the door. It's set into the door.
Can I touch it and just sort of gently like run my finger along it? Does it
It's a crystal.
do anything?
It feels like a crystal. It's
like-
pretty smooth.
Does it press in?
Nope.
Out of curiosity, I'm gonna pull out one of the small glowing shards that I picked up and I'm gonna bring it near the crystal. Does it react in any way?
Nope.
Put the shard back. Is there like an obvious lock place for this, or is it just this crystal?
Just this crystal. You tried the door though, and it doesn't open.
All right. All right, I'm gonna try and use my staff to crack the crystal.
Okay. Attack that crystal.
All right. That would be. Oh, that's just strength, isn't it? With my staff, I haven't used Shillelagh on it.
Yeah.
So that would be a 14, David.
Okay. It hits the crystal.
And for damage, all right, that's a 6. No, 9.
Okay. The crystal kind of cracks a little bit, but not as much as you would expect it to. Try the door; it's still locked.
All right, I'm gonna use the butt of the quarterstaff to try again.
What's your passive perception?
17.
Okay, you hear the noise of machinery begin to kind of on the other side of this door. It's getting closer to the door.
Nope. I'm gonna go up a few floors and then go up a few more. Do all the doors have the crystals on them?
Yeah, down here they see.
Fuck, I'm really curious. Okay, I'm really goddamn curious about this. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably turn into something here. I'm gonna want to turn into a bear.
Okay.
A brown bear at that, and I'm just gonna try and use the strength of a brown bear to smash that crystal.
Okay.
On a different one, like maybe 7 floors up.
Okay.
See if it actually shows me. Okay. That's a natural 19.
Okay. Roll your damage
A bunch.
on the crystal.
Okay. So. Nope, that one was cocked. That's 6 slashing damage.
Okay, so you kind of stand up, your bear self kind of hunched over in these dwarven-sized stairwells, and go at the crystal. You hit it, kind of scraping across it, but what ends up happening is just the weight behind your bear form is enough to break the door open without doing too much damage to the crystal. So the door just kind of like crunk and falls backwards.
Yeah, okay.
And does your bear have dark vision?
No, my bear does not, but I have advantage on perception checks that rely on smell, so I was gonna smell and see if I could sniff anything out.
You see little bits of almost like a purplish neon light from some of the ceilings. It smells real dusty in here. Roll me a perception. With advantage for the smell.
Let's smell the mechanic enemies.
Oh, natural 19 plus 7, so 26.
Okay, it smells a bit of ozone and oil.
And what?
And oil.
Okay. Do I hear anything? Would I have to roll a separate perception check for that?
You begin to hear some mechanical noises coming from this room. It's yeah, you can't really tell what's in the room because it's too dark.
Okay. All right.
But just immediately those noises kind of there's a slight echo to them. It seems whatever room this is rather large.
This is giving me like butterflies. Oh, it's so creepy.
We're in a survival story. Let me remind you, Nairi.
Yeah.
It is pretty creepy. Go ahead and make me a fear save.
Really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, whichever mental stat you chose as your fear save, go ahead and roll me that.
Okay. Another fucking natural 19.
Okay.
Plus 4, 23.
You're
Wait.
good.
Would that be with proficiency?
Yeah, it's your save. It's just so if you're using wisdom, it's your wisdom saving throw. If you're proficient in it, you're proficient in it.
Okay, so that would be 26 instead.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, you managed to keep calm. It's definitely weird and uncomfortable about it, but those kind of like fearful thoughts begin to creep in, and you calm yourself and prevent them from taking hold.
Okay.
And yeah, from above you swings down a kind of, it's like almost a hose-like metallic object.
Love that we split the party. It's great.
Yeah.
And so that is going to be a 23 to hit you.
Yeah. Yeah, that hits me.
Okay, so you take 8 points of piercing damage, and I want you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Not good. 6.
Okay.
I just need 2 seconds to roll my HP for the bear because I do want to roll my own beast shape health.
No, just use the average. That's a lot of rolling every time.
Oh, I was gonna roll it and then keep it that way. For every time I went back to turn into it. But I could use the average if you want.
I prefer the average.
Okay.
It helps it balance the challenge rating aspects of it a little bit more.
That's fair. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So it's 8 points, you said?
Yes, 8 points. This, you feel large, like metallic, almost fang-like things sink into your bare flesh, as this rather large, seems to be about 7 foot long, metallic snake kind of swings down from the ceiling and bites you. You feel poison pump into your veins, and your mind is clouded. You next round will be confused.
What does that mean?
And I'm gonna go ahead and just end it there. We're kind of getting at our ending spot.
Nairi, that means that you should probably roll a new character for the next time.
Yeah, I probably should. Oh.
I'm going to go down into the dark, multiple stories deep basement by myself. Yep, I'm a drow. I can see in the dark. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I also have dark vision, but would need to be convinced.
Oh my god. So yeah.
Good first session, guys.
Yes.
Proud of us.
Shenanigans
Thanks for
are
joining
real.
us.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll have some fun figuring out how that goes next time.
Thank you for being so active in the chat. I know it's Sarah and Mel, but and for people who have just been chilling out with us, having us in the background, whether you're watching or just being a friendly presence, we appreciate you being here with us while we.
Yeah, thanks for joining us this week.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
Find out what happens to Lay in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. But if you want to see more of our lovely faces, 4 days time, Friday, Second Breakfast Club is back.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, I've just remembered what happened on the last session.
Yes, tune in Friday to see what happens to the Second Breakfast Club. Now that they're finally back together.
Yeah.
And there's the ghost.
Yeah, we have a lot of catching up to do. And a lot of emotions to go through. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So, as we said, thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time. And let me just find this fucking button. And see you next time. Bye.
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 Bye,
everyone.